Last time on Nerds on Tap, Dentures and Panties. Alan Moore wishes Hollywood would be Alan Less. Michael Bay doesn't understand robots. Now Nic Cage will fight Michael Myers. WTF? Will something happen with something or whatever? This part's already made up if you haven't already paying attention. Find out! Nerds on Tap, bitch!
Why don't you get me fresh beer? You serious?
All right. Oh, this is the second half of episode 3 where we talk about our epic fight. It's going to be between Nicolas Cage and Michael Myers.
Hang on. I gotta do the voice.
Michael Myers versus Nic Cage. You win.
This is the most ridiculous one ever.
This is gonna be the most ridiculous one. You're right.
I'm
really excited for it.
It's the drunkest one ever.
Because some of the other ones we've had have been more of a little more serious. Like I guess the Scorpion versus Jason Bourne wasn't as serious, but it was still more. You know, it wasn't a goofy one, and the last one was just super epic. This one's just ridiculous. I'm excited for this one,
even from the start.
So I'm drinking the same thing that I was last episode. So go back and watch that episode if you want to know what I'm drinking. Are you guys drinking something different? What about you, Chris?
I am. So right now I'm drinking Santa's Private Reserve from Rogue Ales. They have a whole lot of stuff, and I was just talking to Joseph about this. One of the beers they have is a bacon donut flavored beer or something, and it comes in a really big pink bottle. So if you ever go to a liquor store that has a whole bunch of like random beers and stuff like that, you've probably seen it. So you should check out some of their stuff if you haven't before. They've got really good stuff. So.
What is that one? What does it taste like? Have you tried it yet?
I haven't tried it yet, so I just poured it. So it's more of an amber color, and this glass, I think, has a crack in it because it's starting to leak, which is awesome.
You gotta drink it faster then.
It's really good. It tastes like a pale ale. It's not as bitter as most pale ales, so pretty good stuff. I like it. So definitely give it a shot.
They have the Sriracha Beer, right? I haven't tried that one yet.
Oh, man.
I haven't either.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I had a beer with a chili pepper in it. That was really hard to drink because the aftertaste like killed your throat.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wait. What's the percentage on that one, Chris? Did you say?
This one, it didn't list it, so it can't be super high. It's going to be under 4%. So.
Okay. Well, I am trying to make this a power episode for myself, so I'm drinking a Nice Chouf or Chouffé. I'm not sure how to pronounce it because I'm from America. So this is also a holiday one. It's got the little elves on it. They're having fun, lighting a fire, and it's 10%. So this combined with the 12% I did last episode, it's going to be interesting.
This is going to be the first episode where Joseph's the drunkest one.
I tasted a little bit of it a second ago. It's very like almost chocolatey. It's kind of malty and dark fruitish. So almost, and some caramel too, I think. I don't know. It's like a mixture of things, but again,
so it's basically like a Christmas fruit cake, but as a beer.
Yeah, kind of. Like this is another dangerous one because it's high alcohol percentage, but so tasty that you could just plow through them.
Nice.
So like, you said fruity is like a citrus almost, or
no?
Is
it's
it
kind
more
of like a dark fruit, like
a berry and nut kind of.
Yeah, kind of like a berry-ish, like if you mixed what's like a chocolate berry like candy bar. I'm trying to think of one.
There's a lot of like chocolate raspberry kind of combinations.
Yeah, that'd be a good description of it.
Okay.
Or like Brookstone makes those chocolate covered like acai berries or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
like that. It's like drinking that with a small alcoholic kick to it. But again, it's not overbearing. It's not hoppy really at all. It's delicious.
What brewery is that? Did you say? I think you probably said, but I missed it.
No, I didn't say. It's a Belgium, another one from Belgium, I believe. I don't know. Hold on, I'm trying to find it on the bottle now. It's a limited edition. It's by Brus. Oh shit, this is where I'm gonna fuck it up. Brasserie de Chauffé, whatever that is. Like, so I can't even say the brewery, but that's how foreign this beer is.
All of our Belgian listeners could let us know how to pronounce this.
Educate me.
And then we'll talk about Jean-Claude Van Damme some more too.
By Belgian listeners, I mean just him, and he hates us.
You should call. That'd be call like we have a phone number. What the fuck?
Yeah, like we're
you should contact us. I don't know, whatever.
Contact us and tell us how to get a phone.
What the fuck? What?
Tell us where you live, Jean-Claude, so we can give it away.
That looks really good. That's really dark.
Look at the head on that.
That's so awesome. Dark.
That's what she said. That looks delicious.
Dark and heady.
Yeah. So here we go on this one. All right. So Michael Myers and
Nic Cage.
Nic Cage.
So the first thing that comes to mind is
that's Jason.
Oh fuck.
So the first thing that came to mind was wrong.
So that's gonna be how we start the episode.
Halloween is a.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, I know
just
that.
all that over and over.
And I'm a huge John Carpenter guy. What the fuck's my problem? Oh wait.
Wolverine's
your problem? Is that what you're saying? For the people listening and not watching, he's drinking out of a Wolverine glass. So every time we talk about Wolverine, that's why.
Yep. For the people
it's
listening,
not just us saying Wolverine for kicks, as I figured out in the last episode.
This is from a set of Marvel glasses, but it seems appropriate to put the beer in Wolverine for obvious reasons.
Were those the ones from Target?
Probably.
God damn it.
Hey, real quick, guys, when you're holding things in front of the camera, hold it like in front of your face, because since it's cropped to be square, if you hold it up to the side, even if you can see it on your screen, like it doesn't show on the video.
Yeah, so all you listeners, hold it up to your face.
Right. Right up here.
That wasn't a cue for us. That was a cue for you.
I'm going to do the rest of the episode as Wolverine.
Now you're Wolverine.
We have Hugh Jackman here with us.
He is looking upset.
Hello, mate.
How old are you now? Good Lord.
Didn't you love Real Steel? Shut up. I love that movie.
That basically Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah. Wasn't that supposed to be basically... It was like the movie version of that, like they did Battleship and everything.
No.
Is that not the one I'm thinking of?
They were going to do that, but I don't think they're related, and it doesn't matter because I actually really like that movie, so shut up.
Really? I haven't seen it.
I liked it. I don't know.
The only thing I know of that movie is "Let's make some money" from the trailers, because that's the only thing they show.
I get choked up in the end of it every time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
Is it because the robot's head went poof?
No. Oh,
damn it.
No.
All right. So the battle. Let's talk about it.
Jim, you're a big fan of figuring out how these people meet in the first place. So how do you think Michael Myers would stumble upon Nic Cage, or do you think it would be the opposite?
Well, first, Nic Cage is at Target buying toys. And...
That's it's a cue back to the first episode. I might have cut some of that, so you guys know.
You cut all of that, so you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I worked at Target in Las Vegas, which is where Nic Cage lives, and he came into.
That's as specific as we'll get this time.
He came into my Target all the time, and all he did was buy toys and hit on the girls that worked there. I made lots of fun of him. I made fun of him a lot. He knows it. We're not friends. That's all you really need to know.
I'm a sexy cat.
He's gonna sue us.
Before we talk about how they would meet, what would Nic Cage's hair look like in this battle? Because that's his kind of he doesn't actually act; he just changes his hair. So what do you think? We got like the
so he's gonna have
the Con Air with the receding hairline, but it's still really long and scraggly.
It'll be the receding hairline, but he's got extensions in it, and it's curly, kind of like Season of the Witch, Nic Cage. He's gonna have it slicked back.
Okay, so they fight. Whatever. Will he have the bear suit eventually? from Wicker Man. I feel like that gives him special punching powers where he can just run around and punch people.
You know, that's like that's one of the advantages Nic Cage has is uh, he's got all kinds of just random, things he can pull from. Like, he might have a chain and a motorcycle somewhere and a
Yeah.
leather jacket from Ghost
He
Rider.
seems like
Right.
the kind of guy who would steal stuff from his movies that he's been on and like keep them in his basement.
Because he has no money and he's
That's-
got to.
That's his arsenal. He has like
He
a
fucking
golf
sells them on eBay.
a golf club
backpack.
bag full of weapons from previous movies.
This is my Con Air hairpiece.
Okay, this is how they meet. Nic Cage finds out that Michael Myers is the one that stole his Superman #1 comic. Action Comics #1. Finds out that's who it was, and he's pissed. So Nic Cage drives angry to Michael Myers' last known resting place.
After he leaves Las Vegas.
So he left Las Vegas to find his national treasure. Rage.
And someone's gonna make an adaptation of it.
Despite all of his rage, he's still just Nicolas Cage.
It's true.
So
And we've talked about
if
Go ahead,
acting as Ghost Rider, if acting as Johnny Blaze, he is a spirit of vengeance. So perhaps under that guise, he is after Michael Myers in order to get vengeance on the many victims of Michael Myers.
So do you think if he steals stuff from his movies, do you think he has the Superman Lives costume in his?
I hope so.
I hope that's
would
what he
imagine
comes
he
out
puts that on
first
all
in.
the time.
Yeah.
Okay, just because we said that, I'm gonna put a picture of that in the video. So if you
Good.
guys are just listening to the audio, go to
Do
YouTube
the one where
and find
do the
this so
one
you
where he's
can-
like, he's in the
With his
Superman
long
one
hair.
with his long hair. What the fuck? That movie. I almost wish that movie would have happened. Anyway, so Mike Myers would walk up in this cage, and Nic Cage would go, and then he'd stab him, and that'd be the end of it, right? The end.
I'm trying to
Or
think
is
of.
that just a fantasy I had?
I think it's a fantasy America
Awesome
has. I don't know.
Right, America as a whole was like, I wish someone would just walk up and stab Nic Cage in the face.
Michael Myers
thanks
is
for
the man
listening,
to do
everybody.
it. Yep. And that's the end.
Because I fucking bought a ticket to National Treasure. I have a story. Okay, I
That was your
have a
mistake.
National Treasure story. One time when I was working, I worked in the deli with a couple of friends, and we used to work nights, and we'd have long conversations about movies and stuff. And we got on the topic of movies that when you watch them, it kind of changes the way you feel about like cinema in general. And mine at the time was Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's one of those movies you see, and then you're like, wow, I think about movies differently now. And then my friend was like, yeah, it's like when I saw Almost Famous totally changed like the way I look at movies. It's the way that movie is and whatever. And then this Flibberty Gibbet that worked there that she was an idiot. She walked up, she's like, oh yes, like National Treasure.
Oh.
And my reaction, like, I was just like, I was waiting for the punchline. Like, I was waiting for her to be like, oh, I'm just kidding. Just fucking with you. That movie's terrible. But she was being totally serious. And then she got so offended because we were just like, my friend Jesse was like, no, wait, no, shut up.
Like,
No.
I would have sex with a lot of chicks, but that is one who I wouldn't, purely because I'm afraid it would rub off on me. Like the stupid would rub off
Right?
on me. That is
After
so
you were
bad.
done.
You'd
on
be
her.
done. You'd be done in cuddling. You'd be like, let's watch Sorcerer's Apprentice.
How'd you? She knows I like comic books, so she's like, oh, how about that Ghost Rider? And I'm like, bitch, get out of bed, go. This is your house, but get out, leave.
You know what's romantic? Matchstick Men.
Hey, I don't hate that movie.
That one's actually not bad.
Like that one and adaptation.
I like, yeah.
I like Con Air. I'm just throwing it out
Yeah,
there.
dude.
You know what though? Con Air. Going
No.
back and watching it now, it's more funny than it is like action.
Yeah.
You know what holds up better is Face Off.
Oh yeah.
I love Face Off. I don't know.
I haven't seen
it's
it
a
in so
stupid
long.
sci-fi.
I don't know.
Fucking
It's pretty. I mean, I hate John Travolta now
do
too. He can go
too.
to hell, but
hate
that guy
everyone.
can die in a fire.
This is a hate
Let's
cast.
throw John Travolta into it. Like Mike Myers just has two knives and he just like simultaneously stabs them both in the throat. I'd be fine with
What?
that.
I feel like Nic Cage now is probably the king of Redbox. Like,
Yeah, dude.
he has so many movies that you will only find on Redbox for $1. He just keeps firing those things out year after year now.
So do you think Mike Myers they fight and then Nic Cage survived and then that's why on the promotional materials for Left Behind it looks like Nic Cage, it looks like his face is like sliding off of his, like he was damn. If you didn't see the Left Behind cover, it's the worst Photoshop I've ever seen in my life, and it looks like Nic Cage's like face is like sliding off.
Oh wait,
of his
yeah,
head.
I did see that. Yeah, you're right. It was a horrible Photoshop. I thought it was fake.
No,
Is that the real poster? Oh, I thought that was somebody making fun of it. Holy shit.
Dude, that's the poster. That's the DVD cover. That's what's on Redbox. Like, it looks like his face is melting and sliding off of his head.
Okay. So this brings... I just thought of something really interesting. So Michael Myers, so serial killer, crazy guy. I've seen some of the movies. I don't think I've seen all of them. So I don't know if Michael Myers has ever actually died and he comes back as like, you know, he's almost kind of monsterish like Jason is and things like that. But Nic Cage in like all of his movies now, for some reason he went to hell and he came back, like, you know, Ghost Rider or Drive Angry and, you know,
Ghost Rider.
Jesus. Like,
two of
so them. Nic Cage has gone to hell and back a few times.
Yeah.
So he's as powerful as Jason, at least.
So he's got that on his side. So that's actually something.
He went down there. He went down there and he talked to Freddy and Jason. And he was like, "Dude, how you beat this guy?"
Because
he's like, never just punch him.
He's never gone to hell.
Just don't be in a sleeping bag.
That's Jason also.
God damn it! I keep doing that.
I'm gonna add to the lore of this episode.
Oh my god!
That Michael Myers saw some of Nic Cage's movies, and that's why he broke into Nic Cage's house and stole his Action Comics #1.
That's a good enough reason to kill Nic Cage right there.
He saw any of his movies.
He saw Wicker Man. He saw a weird director's cut of Wicker Man, the extended, and he was like, "Fuck this."
Wonder if Michael Myers still uses the William Shatner mask.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That is supposed to be William Shatner's face, and just
it was. Yeah, they just painted it white. That was confirmed by William Shatner.
Yeah, I actually
they had to clear it with him.
I watched a panel with the guy who like made the mask and everything, or who worked on the movie specifically, and yeah, he was like, out of all the ones that were up there, like he went to a Halloween mask store and was trying to choose between them, and that was just the creepiest, the most devoid of emotion that he could find, because that's what it was supposed to be, just the face, like that's all it was, and that was the best one he could find, painted it white, and that's cinema like history now. So William Shatner is everywhere.
Or William Shatner.
It's the face of William Shatner with the name of Shrek. It's Austin Powers killing people.
And if you go into the Rob Zombie versions, it's like William Shatner's face, but with a lot of like battle scars and shit on it. I haven't seen all of them, I don't think.
I only saw the beginning of the first one, and that's it.
I've seen all. I love John Carpenter, so I've seen all of the first one, and I feel like I've seen one of the later ones, but I keep I because of this, I keep confusing them with Jason for some reason. But it's funny how when the third one came out and it didn't even have Michael Myers in it, and everyone was really confused.
Yep.
Because they planned on it being an anthology. Originally,
yeah. Season of the Witch. That was one of my favorite ones. I love that movie.
It's actually really good.
Yes.
Yeah. So they had that planned, and then people really liked Mike Myers. So then the second one, they kept Mike Myers, and then they went back to the anthology idea, and then everyone was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
yeah. So then they went back to Michael Myers again.
Yeah, and then they turned him into like Jason, where he's like unstoppable, and it's kind of boring.
But I think, like Chris was saying earlier, I don't think it's ever been confirmed that he was dead and brought back or anything. I think he's just really tough, like
for all we know, he's just like some serial killer that took a lot of PCP, so he can get shot a lot and still not die.
So fighting Nicolas Cage.
Okay, so we know why they would fight, because who wouldn't fight Nic Cage? So what happens?
Just walking down the street, you want to punch that guy in the face.
How tall is Michael Myers supposed to be? Because Nick Cage is actually really tall in real life.
How tall is he?
I don't know exactly, but just because I've seen him a few times, I'm gonna say he's at least like probably between 6'2", 6'3". He might even be taller than that, but I'm gonna say 6'3".
I think Michael Myers is at least that, if not more. Like, he is a towering dude. I wonder if they'd be face to face, have a face off,
I would say so.
if you will.
If that's how big Mike Myers is, then yeah,
Is there a chance that Nick Cage
keep drinking.
Nick Cage would be weird enough to weird out Mike Myers, but he'd be like, "Whoa, hold on."
They'd be like,
Never mind.
It would be that thing that Michael Myers always does where he just turns his head. He's like,
I don't understand you.
Everything out of Nick
like dogs
Cage's
do when
mouth.
they don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
That's
they're
what
judging
Nick
you.
Cage is at Nick Cage is at a sorority, hitting on women that Mike Myers is gonna hack up,
So he can,
and then Nick Cage is trying to protect all the girls because he's gross. And the girl, I mean, even if he does save them from Mike Myers, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you smell like cheese, fuck you." But so that's how they meet.
So that's a good setting. I like that. The sorority house.
the sorority.
Classic,
Oh my
classic
God.
Grindhouse stuff. And then Nick Cage is like,
He starts shaking his hands above his head really fast and talks really quick.
Yeah, dude, have you
We got
have you
sealed
ever
the Declaration of Independence.
have you ever seen the Japanese pachinko commercials that he did?
Yes, those are so funny.
So
I haven't
that's the
seen
Nick
that.
Cage that I assume is the real Nick Cage. Like, that's him. Pachinko.
I have
Oh
not
my
seen
God.
that. So is he just overly excited or what?
He's just chewing the scenery. He's just being Nick Cage and just like, he's like, I love the one where he's like in a press conference with like Japanese press. He's like, "Oh, I love Japan. I love Japan. I love my Fuji. I love I forget what he says, but it like rhymes and it's weird. And then all of a sudden, like someone's like earring is like a pearly and it falls off like it's pachinko. And he's like, "I got a pachinko." It's like, it's so weird.
Wow.
They're weirder than the Arnold Schwarzenegger Japanese commercials, and that's saying something.
I haven't seen those, and now
Dude, you gotta Google that. That's amazing.
probably going to do that the rest of the episode, so you guys talk.
So Michael
Okay.
Myers, he's not a spirit. He's nothing special. He's just a survivor. Like,
He's just an asshole.
Yeah, Halloween H2O, I think, like, basically rebooted it, kind of, where it's like he returns after he's missing for a while. It's nothing special. He's not anything spiritual. He's just a dude still. So he's just killing people. He doesn't have any like powers or anything like that. He's just a guy with
He's
a
just
knife.
creep.
And
With a
he
knife.
happens to be, I guess, really fast because he always seems to be exactly where you're going to be, even if you're running.
Even
from
if you're
it.
just
maybe-
walking.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
just all of
from-
his victims are
he
just
just
that
shows up.
stupid and slow.
So I guess it just really comes down to, is Nicolas Cage that stupid and slow?
Well, we
Yeah.
know he's stupid.
But
so the
is
first
he
thing
slow?
Nick Cage is going to do is he's going to run, and because it's Michael Myers, he's going to trip and he's going to sprain his ankle.
That's
one of-
true.
So I think that's Michael Myers' actual power is if you run, you're going to sprain your ankle or something. It's going to happen.
Is Jim frozen again on your screen, Chris?
I hope so, because it's going to be funny. He's gone.
Oh no,
Oh, God.
Jim's been replaced by a.
He got disconnected.
Damn
from-
it.
Oh, God. Nicolas Cage found our IP.
He's killing us one by one. Not
So
even Michael
everyone knows,
Myers.
Nick Cage found us while we were recording this episode. He's already taken out Jim. We don't know for sure if Michael Myers is with him.
They're in cahoots now against
We're gonna
us.
assume that Jim sprained his ankle.
You should put Nicolas Cage's picture in place of Jim's while he's out in the.
Trust me, as you said that, it happened.
Oh, that's awesome.
Whew, that was close. Michael Myers learned how to use a computer. Him and Nic Cage are in cahoots now, apparently. They hate us.
They would team up, fuckers.
Now he's a cyber serial killer.
I think no matter what in this fight, the real loser is America.
Anyone who sees this film or whatever adaptation it comes out as, even a graphic novel, it's like, is it worth my time? Probably not. But you're gonna pick it up because you're curious.
If it was real life, I mean, either you have a serial killer on the loose, or Nic Cage is still making movies.
Or Nic Cage is at your target.
And which is worse?
I mean, fuck, man. I don't know which is worse. I don't know. I think I'd rather have Stabby McStabberson.
So all Michael Myers has is a knife and his brute strength, which he's strong.
He's a big guy.
Because he has killed people with his bare hands. But mainly just that fucking knife. Nic Cage, what would Nic Cage have besides just his genius wit and his receding hairline?
Well, if it's like Con Air, he's got those excellent fighting skills where he can just push his hand up into some guy's nose. Yeah, exactly.
Or he can just bore the shit out of you.
Well,
until you lose interest.
What hair did you decide on? I don't remember what hair he had.
So he's got a receding hairline, but he still has long hair.
Okay.
For no reason,
Basically
kind of like Hulk
hair.
Hogan style almost.
Okay.
Except not as pronounced.
Oh, that's great.
Is he's gonna be like? Does he have the fake facial hair that rubs off then too, like Hollywood Hogan did?
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
What the fuck was that? Black, weird, like paint.
It's just like somebody did that like dot artwork you see. Someone just.
I remember when I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid one year when the Dick Tracy movie came out. I was Dick Tracy because it was like a store-bought costume you could get, and he had like, it was a plastic yellow fedora and like the yellow smock. But to make it more realistic, my parents they burnt a cork and then put like the ashes to give myself a 5 o'clock shadow. That's what it reminds me of.
Holy shit! I wouldn't have.
That was an awesome costume
either.
That was a great movie too. I love that Warren Beatty Dick Tracy. It was awesome.
See, by the time I was that age, I already had a 5 o'clock shadow. No, I tell people this, and this is the actual truth. The first time I had to shave, I was 12 years old. And it was actually New Year's Day, I think, when I was 12.
It was your balls.
I had a mustache, like not unlike this one almost. It was really embarrassing when you're in 7th grade and have a full-fledged mustache.
I still haven't developed that yet, and I don't think I ever will. I will never reach the level that you have.
I will shave my mustache and donate it to Locks of Love, and you can get it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna just let me know the day that you do, so I can request it, so we can stay connected.
Nice.
And if you want to donate some of your hair that I could put like right here. Oh yeah, it's thinning out a little up there.
I've got a ton back there. Style. I've got plenty to spare. So yeah, give me some of your mustache. We'll trade. We'll just trade.
Mustache for hair.
I'll shave my ass, and you can have that hair and put it on your head.
I'll put some on my face. So, I'll form a whole beard out of that.
This beard smells funny.
That'd be better than Hollywood Hogan's fake beard that rubbed on.
Just to
what
get
the
back.
Fuck was even? What was that made out of? Like, what was that?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
Creepy. I don't know. I don't know about that guy. He's weird.
I hope one day that we get Macho Man Randy Savage in one of our random pulls, if he's on there.
I don't think he is, but he's about to be added.
He needs to be. I love Macho Man.
Holy shit. What if we had Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid guy?
Oh shit.
Dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah versus oh yeah.
Dude. Okay, so you gotta put Randy Savage just as Randy Savage, and then you have to put in Bonesaw from this first Spider-Man.
Oh. Bonesaw.
Bonesaw's ready.
Bonesaw is ready. You got 3 minutes with me. 3 minutes of playtime.
What is with the
nice
fingers?
Outfit. Did your husband buy you that?
Wait, did you guys see the Skyrim mod that had Randy Savage skins over all the dragons? So whenever they would shoot their fire breath, it would be like, "Oh yeah," and it would just shoot out a big sonic wave. Those were hilarious.
I didn't know that even exists. That's amazing.
Yes. You have to watch. There's a video somewhere on YouTube that has that. But check it out. Just Randy Savage Skyrim, and that's the first thing you'll pull up.
that's gonna
Has anyone
happen.
ever added Nick? Anyone ever added Nick Cage to a game like that? That'd be amazing. Like I would
Someone
love to
has
play.
to.
I would love to play a game where they modded it so you're just Nick Cage in the bear suit, just randomly punching people on that island.
I'm sure there's a mod for
man.
Counter-Strike somewhere with Nick
It
Cage.
seems,
There's a mod for Counter Strike for everything.
it seems like there'd be a mod for like Dead Rising that would have something like that,
I could see it.
like a Nick Cage bear suit mod.
No, like instead of the big like Lego-looking head that you can get in Dead Rising, it's Nick Cage's head for
His
Face
giant
Off.
5 head. His giant 5 head. That's my Nick Cage.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Nick Cage is at the sorority. He sprains his ankle. Michael Myers is coming up on him with his knife. He doesn't say anything.
But none of
And
the
then doesn't wanna
none of the
talk to
girls
Nick Cage.
sprain their ankles though. They all run
Yep.
off successfully. Michael Myers is the victim. Or I'm sorry, Nick Cage is the one who falls down. He's the victim here, or so Michael Myers thinks.
And then Mike Myers shows up, the comedian, as Wayne from Wayne's World.
Party
Okay.
on, Nick.
And
no
he's
reason.
like, ogres have layers
Like onions.
like onions.
But he's Michael Myers from Wayne's World, and yet you're taking him down to to a
Doing
donkey.
Shrek instead.
Speaking of Mike Myers, what the fuck is with the fact that Adam Sandler can come up with a movie every year and it's a piece of shit, but Mike Myers comes out with The Love Guru and his career's over? Like why does Adam Sandler get do-overs and Mike Myers doesn't? How is that fair?
Because he had Happy Gilmore.
Yeah? I don't know.
It's not fair.
I have no idea after that. That's all I have, honestly.
Neither of them are funny. I don't know.
They can be.
I would say in an unfunny competition, Mike Myers is just a little ahead. Just a bit.
In being unfunny?
In being more funny than
Oh, more
Adam
funny.
Sandler.
Okay.
Honestly, I think the only movie that I'll admit to liking with Mike Myers, other than Wayne's World, is probably So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even
That movie's
seen that.
funny. Yeah.
Yes,
And that was the first time he dabbled in playing multiple roles because he plays his own father. In that.
really?
Yeah. I wish Nick Cage was in that movie because honestly, we've been bashing Nick Cage this entire time, but life would be more interesting if he was in everything.
What if
He
we
is
had
in everything. There's
what if
just
we had
really good makeup.
Let's change the roles. Let's say we have Mike Myers in place of Nick Cage in some of his movies. Would they be better? Maybe if he didn't speak at all. Maybe.
Wow,
That
that's
would be
a...
better. Like National Treasure, where they have that mouthy guy that's
Instead
like the
of
funny
stealing
guy.
the Declaration of Independence, Mike Myers kills the president.
He just stabs him.
It's
Just
just
stabs
He's
John
fuck,
just
Voight in the
stabbing
face.
men.
just
members
fuck
of
it. I'll just
Congress.
take the treasure. I don't. Who cares? It's mine.
Actually, it would have made the movie a lot shorter. Since Sean Bean is the bad guy in that movie, obviously, instead of stealing the Declaration, he just stabs Sean Bean and kills him.
Sean Bean always dies anyway, so why not?
Exactly. Except
You know
that
what?
movie.
That's the meme that Sean Bean dies in everything, but statistically, John Hurt has died in more movies than Sean Bean.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably the
By
only
far.
one that's died
Well-
more than Sean Bean. But
Part of it is because he's done. I mean, they both done a lot of movies, but John Hurt's done more movies. But he's died proportionately. John Hurt has died in more movies than Sean Bean.
what's the movie? Or no, it was a TV show with Sean Bean that came out during the summer.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
No, not that.
I think it's called
Legendary or something. Something with an
Legendary Game
L.
of Thrones.
But anyway, they launched this
It's called Winter is
huge-
Coming.
They launched this huge like social media advertising thing, and when I went to Comic-Con in San Diego, when we got in the airport, everywhere in the airport was a picture of Sean Bean, and under it said hashtag Don't Kill Sean Bean, and that was the advertising for this show. I was like, that is so clever.
Is it clever or is it just cliche to where they're just playing on it, trying
They're
to
leaning
pull it?
on.
I
They're
think
leaning on a
both.
meme, which is kind of lazy.
Yeah.
I liked it. I actually appreciated it because I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's kind of cool in a way that, they're acknowledging it. Oh,
You can't really have Sean Bean with anything unless you acknowledge that now, or else
you know
she'll
what?
be
He died
completely.
in that show, though.
Well, then
Spoilers.
they
No, I'm
fucked
kidding.
it up.
I don't know. I've
Well,
never seen it.
He probably does.
Speaking of bringing it back from Nicolas Cage to Michael Bay to Sean Bean.
Wait,
Never
Michael
mind.
Bay.
We're not going to talk about the island. Fuck that. Never mind.
Oh my god.
Well, let's give Michael Myers a little bit more airtime. We've talked about Nic Cage a lot.
Yeah. So Michael Myers wears a mask.
Michael,
He's kind of,
So he's obviously into
The thing-
cosplay.
yeah, the thing about Michael Myers is he's more of just like a force to be reckoned with. He's not really. I mean, they gave him some backstory, and I know the Rob Zombie version tries to do that a little more, but
He's one of those characters you don't really have to know much about him. You just have to know that he's a dick and he's got a knife.
yeah, it's like
he's a psycho.
slasher films are almost like disaster movies where you don't really need too much characterization. They're more of just like a foil that
Yeah,
they need
he's
to
almost like
overcome.
a force of nature to
Yeah.
be reckoned
Right.
with
Yeah.
more than a
He
person.
might as well be a volcano. Like,
Yeah,
or a
Pretty much.
Sharknado.
a Sharknado especially.
with Tara Reid.
Ugh.
She has to be in the background watching this battle. Then Tara Reid.
Speaking of Sharknado, when we went to Minneapolis Comic Con, that Ian whatever that was 90210 and the lead character of Sharknado was there, and his line was always empty for autographs. I felt bad
that's
for him.
embarrassing.
Like he's sitting there and his line's totally open and there's no one there and he's just like,
I saw that at San Diego
On
with
it.
a guy from I don't know his name, but he was on 30 Rock. He had long hair, glasses. He was always wearing like a trucker hat. Looked kind of dirty.
oh yeah, Josh Friedlander.
that sounds right. So
know
at
who you're talking
Comic Con, they had all these lines, to get autographs and stuff like that. And Brian Lee O'Malley was going to that booth after he was finished. So nobody was standing in line to get his autograph. And everyone starts lining up early for Brian Lee O'Malley, including me. And he was just like, "Oh, you guys want some autographs? Like, you just walk up here." And the first person in line was like, "No, we're waiting for Brian Lee O'Malley." I was like, "Oh, that poor
That
man."
sucks because that guy's
Son
funny
of a
and
bitch.
he's actually in one of my favorite horror movies, Feast.
I felt so bad for him.
I've never seen Feast. Was it good?
It was amazing.
Well, I assume it was good if it's your favorite, but
One of my favorites.
yeah, I think your
Henry
audio's off.
Rollins in that
Your
movie is
audio's
amazing.
off again. It looks like.
No, you're
it's
off.
really funny though. I'm gonna dub over Jim when he talks.
Fine. I don't even care.
Yeah, put some Speed Racer lines in there.
I can't believe
Whoa.
that Trixie did that again. Oh my God, there is a monkey in my trunk.
Racer X.
Oh,
Racer,
God.
Racer
This
X is at it
perfect
again.
because all the words came before your mouth moved.
Awesome.
We don't even have to dub it. Just do
This
it
is
normal.
amazing. Holy
Oh,
shit.
I don't know what the.
Oh my God, Racer X has come back from the dead.
This is the best thing that's ever happened.
I'm pretty drunk, and that's hilarious to watch.
I'm sorry, guys listening to the audio, you have no idea how funny this is, so you need to go to our YouTube page.
But they'll not hear
What?
this, so they won't go to the YouTube page.
That's right, because I'll cut it out.
What happened in this episode? I think we drank too much this time, guys.
We're
I think
all
that and the
really
combination of
The problem
the most
is Joseph
ridiculous
is usually the one
combination.
keeping us more on track, and he's more drunk than us.
Yeah.
So-
It's
I'm
true.
sorry. Plus, it's hard with Nic Cage and Michael Myers because Michael Myers has pretty much nothing. He's just a guy who survives, and
You
Nic
know what?
Cage, I guess he's just a guy that survives somehow. I don't. Neither one we know what the actual how they actually survive either of them. How is Nic Cage still an actor? How is Michael Myers still alive? Who knows?
It's true.
Hollywood
magic.
is what keeps them alive.
Hollywood magic.
If North Korea takes Hollywood out, there will be no Michael Myers or Nick Cage.
Nope. They are both dead instantly.
Finger over the throat means death. Metaphor.
Thank you for taking that to Guardians.
Every time.
Oh
You
my
can
God.
count on me for that one.
Okay,
I think
so
I think we're done.
I feel like we owe it to the people listening that we got to figure something out with them real quick, and then
who would win?
Yeah, let's wrap it
Like
up.
I said, nobody wins. Erica loses.
Well,
Okay,
we've only been
terrorist
recording
vote
for 15
again.
minutes, so maybe we need to vamp a little bit with something.
Let's do it. So Nic Cage has a lot of things he can actually pull from because he's been in all these movies. So he can pull things from Con Air, from Face Off. So if Michael Myers was wearing a John Travolta mask instead, he could deal with him. Oh shit! Did we just lose Jim again? Son of a
I think
bitch.
so. Unless he's holding really still. Oh man,
We did. God damn it!
Nic Cage is taking over again. He's
Got us
attacking.
again.
Nick. That's why you should put that's why Jim should put a password on his Wi-Fi because Nic Cage is.
Nic Cage is like, God damn it!
He's just the easiest one to attack. I'll just do it.
Holy shit! Oh, Jim,
Oh fuck.
son of a bitch. He was a good friend. He was a good co-host until Nic Cage found him.
Well, Nic Cage, if you'd like to be the third member of our podcast, you're welcome
Nick
to.
Cage is going to be our new host.
Our new
Long
co-host,
as
yeah.
I'm in here, you're just gonna sit out there, aren't you?
Chris, I can't wait to see how you do your Photoshop of Mike Myers and Nick Cage next to each other.
Trust
for
me,
the
I've got a
versus thing.
really good idea in mind already.
Awesome.
Especially for Nick Cage, I've got a great idea in mind already.
I'm wondering how they're going to wrap this up. Like,
Feel like it.
who wins? How can we
So
decide
we
that?
haven't even gotten to how they would fight in the first place.
Because
We just keep
what do
talking
we
about
say?
Random shit.
Is it Nick Cage from Con Air? That's really the only reference I have
honestly
to where he
think
can
it's
fight.
It's gonna be actor Nick Cage trying to use things he's learned from his movies, which means he doesn't
Right.
actually know how to fight. He just thinks he knows how to
It's all
fight.
choreographed shit, and as long as Michael Myers can look around that, he can easily defeat Nick Cage, we would assume.
I think Nick Cage, the best thing he would do, and I think what he would try to do is try to distract Michael Myers. But Michael Myers doesn't give a shit, so he's not going to be distracted.
But
He'll
we
talk
gotta-
about stealing the Declaration of Independence. He'll say he's actually John Travolta wearing a Nicolas Cage face. He'll
But
say
what
that
if-
he's
Myers would just be
Ghost
like-
Rider, and he'll take
Yeah,
him to
exactly.
hell if he's not a good boy.
What if he distracts him so much that Mike Myers ends up snapping his own neck by tilting his head too much? Like, he's just so confused
He's
that
like,
he just ends up snapping
Ouch.
his own neck. Yeah. Or he gets a crick in his neck, and that's when Nicolas Cage strikes. Like, that's his moment.
did anyone hear that over the microphone? Son of a
No.
bitch. Fucking hurt.
Did we just determine that Nick Cage wins?
He might just by
don't know.
distractionary measures. Like, because Michael Myers has never faced someone who's so
stupid.
if you want to put it that way, but who's so like he's famous, but no one knows why. How is he how has his career survived? He might be more eternal
just
than Michael
monologue the
Myers.
shit out of him.
Yeah.
He'd just
Michael
go
Myers
through a
can't-
monologue and they would like with highs and lows that make absolutely no sense, and he's emphasizing the wrong parts, and he's just like,
He's like, I'm just used to Donald Sutherland. I don't understand. And then snaps his own neck, whether purposely or unintentionally. We don't know. Maybe he just got
That's on
tired of
purpose.
it.
The thing though, even if he snapped his own neck, that might not kill him because he's been shot how many times, and he just still, as soon as the camera cuts away and then goes back, he's already gone.
He's always gone. Maybe he'll be gone
he just,
again.
He just does it. Yeah.
He's
he
like,
just, he
"Psych."
just does it to play dead, so that he falls over and Nick Cage just goes, yeah, and he walks away, and then Mike Myers is like,
I think
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. So Nick Cage is gonna think that he won because Michael Myers snaps his own neck because he's so confused as to why Nicolas Cage still makes movies. And you hear the crack, and he falls over, and then Nick Cage is just like,
While he's wiping his hair back,
Yeah.
showing the 5-pack, or showing the 5 head, and then he reveals a
head.
6 head, which no one has ever seen before. And yes, somehow he
the
does
hit
it.
head.
And while we're
and
in
then
the
he flies away.
yeah,
And then Nick Cage looks back to where Michael Myers was laying just a second ago, but Michael Myers is gone.
Well, as Nick
Michael
Cage
Myers is actually behind Nick Cage.
Yeah, and as Nick
that's
Cage
what he
is
does.
flying away, Michael Myers is gone as he looks down to see his corpse.
See, I think
It reminds me of.
I think Michael Myers would fake him out that way and then actually stab him from behind. But he wouldn't just do that. He would kill him and then he would hang him up for some reason for someone else to find, and he'd just get freaked out. Because apparently killing him is not enough. You gotta hang him from something and freak other people out with it.
I'm going to stay on the side, not that I like Nick Cage, but I feel like he would win. He's just a more unstoppable force than Michael Myers. When's the last movie Michael Myers has been in? Halloween H2O whatever, number 2? Or Halloween 2, I think, by Rob Zombie, but even then, like, Nick Cage has been more recent than that. So Nick Cage has survived more than Michael Myers ever could.
Jesus, you're... Fuck. God damn it, I don't want...
I mean, Nick Cage was left behind.
I don't want him
left behind.
I don't want him to either, but he's a force to be reckoned with. He is a natural force. He's a tornado. He's a volcano. He's just Nick Cage.
Nick Cage is a Sharknado.
A Sharknado. He's a Sharktopus. He is any
Mega piranha.
Yeah.
He's a mega piranha.
Anaconda. He's everything.
Anaconda. He's Nick Cage on a plane. What?
Get these fucking Nick Cages off of this fucking plane. We can't.
I'm going to recommend to all of our listeners and watchers that you drink as much as we do, or else you're not going to find this funny at all.
No.
If you're drunk, though, you're going to have a great goddamn time with us.
I'm sorry to all our listeners because I try to keep it in line, but I can't today.
Joseph was really drunk.
Yeah.
If you look right now, if you look at him, he's got his eyes pretty much completely closed.
I can't open them all the way anymore.
He looks kind of like a possum right now.
I'm not playing dead, though. I'm not Michael Myers.
He's not trying to play dead, but that's how it looks because his eyes are closed because he's too drunk. And he's got to work in the morning, so it's going to be a lot of fun for him.
Yeah, work's going to be great tomorrow.
Okay, so you guys are saying that Nick Cage would win. I'm hoping that that's not what happens, but I think that's what happens.
I just don't think Michael Myers can stop him. Nobody can.
No matter what, the loser is America.
Does Nick Cage have Ron Perlman with him? I just want to know. Like Season of the Witch style. Ron Perlman's there, and he doesn't even disguise his accent. He still talks like he's from Brooklyn or something. Oh, shit.
Is he Ron Perlman Hellboy? Yeah. Bringing it full force.
You know what, though? If Hellboy's from Hell and Ghost Rider, I could see it. Maybe Ghost Rider would team up with Hellboy. They would take Michael Myers out together.
And Spawn.
Oh, Spawn too.
Fuck.
Yeah, but Michael Myers has never been to hell. Like, why would he be?
It's true. Damn it.
Maybe this is where Nick Cage brings him to hell. So then we have a Halloween goes to hell.
Dude, that's the name of the movie. Nick Cage brings him to hell.
Halloween, Nick Cage brings Michael Myers to hell. It's a long title, but work in progress.
It's better than the Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Dawn of the Rise of the Planet of the Apes 3D.
That sounds more like a song. It's very lyrical.
God damn it. Nick Cage wins.
Fallout Boy.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm on Nick Cage's side. Even though I'm not a Nick Cage fan, I can't deny his power over Michael Myers.
Nick Cage, you win again. I'm going to find you at Target. I'm going back to Las Vegas at the end of the month, and I'm going to go find that son of a bitch.
You know where he lives. It's not even about finding him.
I'm going to wear a Michael Myers mask and show up at his house. I'm going to be holding Action Comics #1, and I'm going to rip it in half in front of him.
And he's going to defeat you, and you're going to be like, man, we were so right.
I'm going to be like, Superman kills, God damn it.
Just come dressed up in his Superman outfit.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
The light up, the black light up one.
Yes.
That would be the way to defeat him. dress up like that, then he just dies of envy.
Just dress up as Doomsday Chris.
I was Superman. I named my kid after Superman.
Jim's still going Speed Racer
Your
style.
voice went
His
Speed
audio's
Racer.
way
Yeah.
off. And I love it.
You're to me, you guys are all messed up with the audio or video. So
Oh man.
this is going to be an interesting one to watch on YouTube. Where
For
I'm
the
like,
YouTube people, it's going to be a treat. For the audio people, you're not going to have any idea what the fuck we're talking about.
A lot of that will probably be cut for the people just listening to the audio because they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are we listening to?" I quit.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of
promise
quitters.
we're entertaining. Okay, Nic Cage one. Is that what
Always
we got
be-
to Nic Cage
dude.
one?
Yep. So just always be caging.
Damn it.
Yeah, keep on caging.
Keep on caging.
I give it my stamp of approval. I've never
That's
done
a
it before, but this time, stamp of approval.
That's
A stamp of approval. All right. I think we
That's the
wrapped it
show.
up then.
We probably
That's-
should.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Look,
my
I'm
God.
sorry, listeners. This was an
Thankfully, I
exercise
have a
in
lot of stuff I can edit with. So
weird.
Then I just
This
feel
is a
sorry
weird
for the
one.
YouTube listeners because they're going to see everything.
they're gonna see it. The train wreck as it unfolds.
I mean, this is what happens when it's picked at random. I mean, what do you, and there's alcohol, so
Yeah,
I mean, let's
it's
do it
like-
together.
Yeah,
And the
that's-
one guy that keeps us in line is drunker than the other two. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully,
is gonna
that's the
happen.
draw. That's what's gonna bring people in and not repel them away.
Yeah, so either I've ruined this episode or made it the
Or made it
best
better.
episode ever.
It's true. Yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
the Nic Cage conundrum. You don't know.
Exactly. We might have the
He's either made it
survival.
better. Or...
We might have the surviving capabilities of Nic Cage. After this episode, we'll see.
I do have a receding hairline.
I have a hat on, so you can't see mine, but it's
That's
there.
called trying to turn 30. Shit.
I do have a
I
William
think that's
Shatner
it.
mask. That's it.
Hey, are we gonna be on iTunes by now when this comes out?
I don't know. This might
Yeah.
this might end up being the first episode that hits iTunes.
No, I think if we're going to start on iTunes, God, I can't even talk anymore. If we're going to start on iTunes, then I have to slow down. Then we should release the start of episode 3 on iTunes because that's already been 4
Okay.
episodes. That'll be the official episode 5, even though it's 3.0. Then from that point forward, we'll have everything on iTunes and we'll be internet famous after that.
So check us out on
already be
iTunes.
writing
We're
shit.
Nerds on Tap.
And
Chris
Nick-
Hardwick is gonna send me a personal message.
And Jim is out of sync,
But
but
I'll meet his girlfriend.
Telling us we need to quit.
because Chloe Dykstrom's super fucking hot.
Yeah, but they broke up.
What?
Way to bring that up. So now Chris Hardwick hates us.
well, now we
Time for me to divorce my wife.
Let's do it for Chris Hardwick.
now we've lost. I don't have a ring, but
Mine's stuck, but in spirit, it's coming off.
so now we've lost Chris Hardwick and who else
Chris,
in one episode?
please take us back.
We
lo-
love you.
we
I didn't know they
obviously
broke up.
lost-
That's terrible.
We probably lost
been a
Nic
few
Cage in this episode also, and then there was someone at the beginning. Who were we talking about before that we just lost instantly?
Oh, there's no telling what we were talking about. I don't even remember what our topic was.
That was
Movie
just
stuff.
too far back.
Yeah. Well, that's a good
So
time
this
to
is
cut
Nerds on
out.
Tap.
Guys, apparently we're on iTunes now, so make sure you subscribe to our iTunes and leave a comment and give us a rating. Whether you hate us or like us, give us a rating so we know where we stand. And let us know how much money we can give you to make that rating go up.
Instead of getting donations, we have to give donations to keep people listening.
We will give
Right.
donations
We'll pay-
to raise
They'll
our-
pay you.
the amount of stars that you give us by clicking on your computer mouse. Also, we have our YouTube channel. So if you're watching this, you already know and don't give a shit. If you're just listening to this via SoundCloud or the BS Excluded website, if you're on that website, scroll down. You'll see the video. If you're on SoundCloud, go to YouTube and you can see more
Great.
stuff. You can see how much we fucked up this episode. How many times Jim dropped out. And how much
They won't all be like this, I promise.
his vocals don't match his mouth.
How many times Nic Cage hacked in and took over Jim's
How
spot?
many times does Nic Cage hacked us? Oh, it's because of the interview. It all comes back to Sony and the interview.
So really, I think this episode was ruined by North Korea. Like,
North Korea sabotaged us.
yeah. So
God damn you, North Korea.
I mean, anybody can let us know basically whether or not this episode was better or worse than normal, and how we can improve in the future.
They're gonna say
We'll tone it
improve
back
by
if we have to.
get Jim a new modem.
And
Right?
make Joseph drink less, get Jim
Better
a new modem.
internet.
Chris is perfect, so don't change Chris at all.
I am perfect, thank you.
Oh.
Except that even when I'm sober, I sound drunk. So maybe that's for the better. I don't know.
And
As
you-
I drink, I get more sober.
That's interesting. Drink more.
We have a Facebook. Go to the Facebook. Go to the Twitter. Interact with us because we like interacting with you guys. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any topic ideas, if you have any characters to put in the Nerdocalypse, let us know because it's so much fun to hear from you guys and add things. So definitely keep that up.
Don't just
That's like my
don't just
favorite
look
part
at
is
the
interacting
Facebook,
with
like-
you guys. So I don't like Jim or Joseph. I want to
don't
interact.
just look at
with
the
people on
Facebook like something. Shut up! I'm trying to talk.
Well, I can't tell because your mouth and your words move at the
I know. No, everything's messed up. I can't even interject because I'm probably talking over you. My internet is the best.
It's never done this before. I don't know why it's doing it.
It's
But
the best thing.
it is funny though. It's making me laugh for no reason at all.
That's called alcohol.
Oh yeah, true. The best reason of all. Well, how do we exit the show? How do we get out of here?
I'm Chris.
Chris puts his glasses on.
Again, I'm still Chris.
Now I'm Jim.
And I'm Joseph.
Good night, guys. Thank you for suffering through this last episode. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
This was Nerds on Tap. If you like what you saw or heard, make sure you follow us on that Twitter thing that all the kids are talking about, at nerds_on_tap. And don't actually write the word underscore. That's not how Twitter works. And of course, we are on that Facebook thing, facebook.com/nerdsontap podcast. Thanks for listening. Nerds on Tap is part of the BS Excluded Network and the Slurred Nerd blog on Tumblr.